Welcome to Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil, the official Monster Jam podcast. I'm Scott Jordan. It is time to continue on with Diary of a Crew Chief. This is Chapter 6, and it is my pleasure to welcome in studio the UNOH Co-Technician of the Year from the Toro Loco Stars and Stripes team, Daniel Gonzalez. Daniel, welcome to Inside Monster Jam. Congratulations on the award, and thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You are a rock star and a rising star in this business. I wanted to have you on here to talk about your career. We're going to get to the UNOH Technician of the Year. We're going to get to your time with Fernando. But first, I want to talk about your background, because obviously you don't just wake up with a wrench and decide to come and work on Monster Jam trucks. I do want to start with that, because a lot of our fans, there's so many fans that watch the show and listen that don't necessarily want to be drivers, they don't want to be hosts. They want to work on the trucks. They want to be technicians. They want to be the crew chiefs. So I try to offer a pathway to hear your stories, to talk to them about how maybe they could do this. So let's talk about the first time that you picked up a wrench and when you realized that this was something you love to do.
Yeah, so whenever I was younger, I would. My dad was always always hands-on with everything around the house. With the car, with the house, with lawn work, whatever it is, whatever my mom wants to do. He's always doing something. He's always working, and I would see him outside, changing brakes, changing the oil on my mom's truck. Whatever there was to do, and it didn't really appeal to me at the time. Just like outside work, outside with my dad in the heat in Florida. So I'm like, it's not something necessarily for me at that time, 15, 16. Well, coming out of high school, I needed to do something. I can't just, stay inside all day. So I ended up, going to school, going to college, technical college. And basically, my mom gave me a piece of paper and said, pick something. Do whatever you want to do, but pick something. Okay. You can't just, sit here all day. You got to do something in your life. So I was like, okay. And looked through all the programs that they had, and two caught me. It was automotive technology and massage therapy. That caught my eye.
Okay, these are two very different things. Yeah. Now, where did you go to school?
I went to MTC, Manatee Technical College.
All right.
And I thought my aesthetic wasn't very massage therapy-esque. Sure. So I was like, let me just try it. My mom told me, just try, a semester, quarter, however it works. Just try it. If you like it, do it. If you hate it, go do something else, but you'll never know what you want to do if you don't try it. So I was like, you know what, I'm down, sending my application, started at MTC, and we started off by actually tearing apart an engine and seeing how it works. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. And ever since then, I've always had a wrench in my hand. And from there, I wanted to do mainly like regular car work, working on engines, ripping out transmissions, stuff like that on classic cars. That's what I wanted to do whenever I first started wrenching. And something that also appealed to me while I was at MTC was automotive collision. And this is where I kind of started going into Monster Jam, and I didn't know it at the time, but the teacher, Shane Baxley, he actually used to paint for Feld Entertainment for Monster Jam. And they sent me to do Skills USA in 2021, I would like to say. And I came out second in the state of Florida for body work.
Nice.
And since he worked at Feld, he had connections with Feld, and he got me in contact with Edward. Mm-hmm. And I came over here, and I toured the facility, and I was supposed to start off as a body technician. And he took me through the fleet side, and I looked at him and I said, hey, if I ever start here, I'm not going to be a body technician. I want to work on these trucks. These are crazy trucks. Like, I would love to start working here. Well, at the job that I was at, there was a position that opened up, and I wanted it. And I was like, this position just opened up, so if it doesn't work out, I'll come back. So from the first time that I actually started, or I came in this facility, it was a year after that I started. So I toured this facility in 2022. Mm-hmm. I didn't start until February 2023.
Okay.
So then I, got started, and
that's quite the rise in 2 years from newbie to UNOH Technician of the Year, man. That's an amazing rise. Where are you from exactly? Manatee County, I know that's around here, but where exactly are you from?
I'm actually like 5 minutes up the road.
Okay, so you grew up 5 minutes up the road.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any idea growing up that you were 5 minutes away from one of the largest fleets of motorsports trucks in the world?
I honestly, whenever Edward told me, this is our address, and I looked it up, I'm like, 7 minutes away. Where in Palmetto or Ellington is this place that holds all these Monster Jam trucks? There's no place. And I would drive up and down this road, up and down 301 all the time, and never knew this place was here.
Yeah, and now you work here.
Yeah.
That's amazing how things happen like that. Well, coming up next, we're going to talk about your years with Fernando Martinez, the former Monster Jam Rookie of the Year. That is coming up next with Daniel right here on Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil. Welcome back to Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil. This week, I am joined by Daniel Gonzalez, crew chief for Fernando Martinez on the El Toro Loco Stars and Stripes team. What a year you have had. What a year he has had. Competing for a series championship, being the fastest qualifier at the LCQ. We're going to talk all about that, but I did reach out to Fern. I asked for some of his thoughts on working with you, and he sent in a video. So I want to play that for all of our fans. Take a look.
It's been a good time with this guy, man. Our first weekend out in Little Rock, I was about 5 weeks into my first year as a driver, and I get notified that I'm gonna have a new crew chief, and he came from Team Gravedigger over on the stadium side with Adam, so that was kind of reassuring. All right, if he can handle Adam, then I'm sure he can handle whatever this newbie throws at him. And then we met, and Hispanic just like me, so there was something to relate to, and that's kind of where it ended. At getting to know each other, we were like two spiders sharing the same corner for the first time, trying to get acquainted with each other. But after that first weekend, we just kind of gelled, man. It's been almost a year and a half now, I guess. And not only am I fortunate enough to call him my crew chief, but to call him one of my best friends I have in this life. I mean, he's super down to earth, super loyal. And it's, as far as being a crew chief goes, in his first year, he's showed so much drive, so much hunger. And I can rely on that guy for anything, man. When I need him to be there for me as a friend, he's there. When I need him to be there as a crew chief to give me information on stuff I don't know, he's right there. And if he doesn't know, he goes and gets the information. So our team just grows on the spot, and it's amazing to be. This guy is a legend in the making. And let me tell you something. If he's being shy right now on the podcast, don't let him be, because he is a riot out in a social setting. Once you peel the onion, the layers back on his onion, he's a super cool guy. And man, if you guys ever come into contact with Danny Bebo, my man, just say what's up, dude, because he's an awesome guy. Yeah, man, lucky to have you, dude, and I hope we're a team for many, many more years, bro.
So some very good words. He said you were being shy. You haven't been shy at all. You told your story the entire first segment, which is awesome. But that's such a great dynamic between a driver and a crew chief when it's not just the business aspect of it, but you can blend friendship in there as well. Has that helped you guys with your success? Because what a ride you two have been on so far.
Yeah, so I think the first week that we were out, or that I became crew chief, like he said, I was nervous. I was just hoping that I could do everything that I could, because before I started with Fernando, I was with Shelby and Gio Andino, and with Colt Stevens and Adam Anderson. And I was, their support technician, helping both of them. And they asked me, hey, we have a position opening up. You're the next guy in line. Are you going to step up? And I've never been a guy, to shy away from things like that. So I was like, set me up. And first weekend out, I was a wreck. Yeah. The weekend before, Fernando had ripped the champagne off and completely tore the housing out. And so my introduction to crew chief was to take a housing out and put another one back in. And I was always, in the shadow of Gio. Gio, what do you need? What do I do next? What's this? What's that? How do I proceed? And now it's like, you're the guy now.
Yeah, so
who are
you
you going to go to
calls,
now?
right?
Yeah. So who are you going to go to? Who are you going to do? Who are you going to go to whenever you need help? And it's, obviously there's other guys there, but it's no more, I'm support. No, you're the guy now.
You're the guy. Yeah.
And first week out, I was, like I said, I was nervous. I was in a panic all week. I need to check this, I need to check that, I need to check this. Did I tighten this bolt? Did I tighten this jam nut? I was just everywhere. I was scatterbrained. And as the year went on, I'm like, you know what? Relax. This is a truck. This is the same truck that Shelby has, that Gio has, that everybody else has. It's the same nuts, it's the same bolts, it's the same planetaries, it's the same sun gears. Relax, you've done this before. You've worked on this before. Relax. And I think definitely having Fernando, once we, you know, got more acquainted with each other, and I realized how down to earth he is. It's like he was reassuring to me, like, hey, relax, it's gonna work out. Whatever happens, you know, we're still a team.
Yeah.
And just having him in my corner, like that dynamic is, I'm so glad that I got paired up with him as my first driver, because I don't think I would want anybody else other than Fernando.
You are co-UNOH Technician of the Year. So at this moment from 2025, you and Tyler Davidson can say you are the best in the business. If somebody gives me an award, Daniel, that says you're the best host of Monster Jam, I'm going to say I'm the best in the business, but that's just me. Coming up next, we're going to talk about your trip to Salt Lake City and the last chance qualifier. I am here with crew chief Daniel Gonzalez. That is next on Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil. We are back with more Inside Monster Jam powered by Lucas Oil. I'm Scott Jordan. Before we get back to the show, I want to talk to you about our good friends at Zenni Optical. If you want to rev up your vision, go to zenni.com/monsterjam and select from an incredible assortment of frames. They have reading glasses, prescription glasses, sunglasses, prescription sunglasses, any type of eyewear, you name it, they've got it. The prices are so affordable. But guess what? We're going to do you one better. I'm going to give you a code. You enter the code MonsterJam at checkout, and you're going to save 10% off your order. So join me, get frames like me, join Team Zenni, and rev up your vision. Speaking of teams, El Toro Loco, well represented here. I'm joined by crew chief Daniel Gonzalez. It's Diary of a Crew Chief Chapter 6. We've been discussing your career. That crew chief shirt looks so good on you, the crew shirt. I had an option to pick the typical standard El Toro Loco colors, but seeing you in this thing at Salt Lake City, man, you make it look good. The red, white, and blue shines. And we're going to talk about Salt Lake City because what a weekend you had there. You start the weekend UNOH Technician of the Year. You share that honor with Tyler Davidson from Team Scream. I was there with Kay Young announcing that award. So early in your career, man, I mean, this is the first truck that you have been the crew chief for, and you get this award. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. I mean, every nominee that was on there, I think 100% deserved it. But I think I just had the best haircut that day, and
that's what did it. Again, I didn't realize that was in the criteria, but that must have been it. Sure.
You know, I mean, everybody on that list, everybody, Daniel, Julian, everyone, Chad, they all deserved it, right? But you know, for me to get it, somebody had to win. So I was just the guy that day, and it's just. I never imagined myself getting something like this. You know, I always looked at, you know, the great technicians that we have, and I'm like, you know, I want to be like them one day. I want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that everybody turns to and, you know, hey, this is broken. How do we fix it? You're the guy. And now that I got this award, I'm like, I don't know if I'm that guy.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to be that. You've learned how to be that guy. Now you have to elevate yourself again. So I think you're up to the task. What are there technicians that you admire here that you do want to emulate your style? Because I know you work with some great ones in the shop.
Yeah, I mean, there's Bryce, there's Chandler, Brad, Ryan, Jeff. There's so many guys that, you know, taught me everything that I know. And without them, I don't know if I get that award, you know, without their help, without, you know, everything that they have done for me, that they're doing for me, that they will do for me. Like, it's great to have the support of so many great technicians, you know, in my corner.
That's amazing that you have that support system. Now, where's that trophy sit right now? Do you have that at your house 7 miles away?
Well, I took a trip not too long ago to visit one of my buddies that passed not too long ago. So it's actually sitting in my car right now.
Okay.
But, yeah, there's a little shelf in my living room that I put it on.
I did see the Instagram post where you did visit a friend's grave, and that's some added inspiration for you as well to carry that with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, that was one of my best friends whenever I was growing up, and you know, just a little. If you have seen the post, it's just the little things like. Just seeing him there with me, you know, maybe, like I said, it was a coincidence, maybe not.
Was it the dragonfly, right?
Yeah, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But, you know, just seeing it there, maybe I'm, you know, if I tell you to go outside and look for, you know, red cars, you're only going to see red cars. If I tell you to go outside and look for blue cars, you're only going to see blue cars. Yeah. So maybe, you know, I only look for dragonflies when, you know, I want to see dragonflies, you know?
I believe there are no coincidences in life. I think everything is there for a reason and a purpose. So I think maybe that there's a little something special to be said. Getting us back here to World Finals, though, you do the LCQ with Fernando. You debut El Toro Loco Stars and Stripes, and he gets the fastest qualifier. So he looked amazing through those qualifying laps. What was your communication like during that?
He told me before the first race even started, he said, don't tell me times, don't tell me where I'm at in the standings, don't tell me anything about racing. Don't talk to me about the truck. Don't tell me if because, you know, during the regular events, I'll tell him, you know, adjusters are free, fuel cap is on, you're plugged in. Like, you know, just reassuring him, hey, everything that I need to look at right now is done. He didn't want me to talk about anything. He was locked in. He said, I don't want to know anything. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't think about me. Just let me do my thing. And so there honestly wasn't much communication. I just looked over the truck. I looked at him. I gave him a thumbs up. He gave me a thumbs up. That was it.
So you get fastest qualifier, not a whole lot of time between that and the actual LCQ. Obviously didn't go the way that you had hoped, but still for a first World Finals for him to come in and really prove that he belonged in that field. I think, were you reassuring him that, listen, you know, we may not have made it, but we still made it tonight. We still did our thing.
Yeah, I told him as soon as the event ended, or the LCQ ended for us, I went back there and he radioed up to me and Levi, my support technician, and he was like, hey, I'm sorry, boys, this wasn't my race. And I go back there and I'm like, look, I don't care if you would have won that or lost it, or I don't care if the truck would have broke halfway through the race. You deserve to be here. And I don't care if, like I said, you lost. You deserve to be here, and you showed that.
Yeah, do you think, because Arena Central was stacked all season long. I mean, you got John Zimmer Jr., you have Matt Cody, you have Jamie Sullivan, and Fernando. It's just a battle all season long for the series championship. Do you think competing on a series like that really battle tested him? Because he's still so young in his career.
You know, all the drivers that we had on there, on Arena Central, they were very talented drivers, every single one of them. I think having that competition all the time really set him up for success in the long run, because without, you know, that competition, who are you, battling? Who's making you better, And I think because, of Matt Cody and John Zimmer Jr. and all the drivers that we had on Arena Central, because they were so good, it's making him better.
Are you planning on being paired with him again in the 2026 season? Is this a partnership we could see continue to grow?
I hope that they never take me off of his truck with Fernando Martinez. We mesh so well together, and I don't want to, find something else. I hope I'm with him as long as my career is here at Monster Jam.
You shouldn't have to. I mean, again, he went from Rookie of the Year to, and there's always that sophomore slump. He avoided. Now we'll see what happens in year 3 for Fernando Martinez and Daniel Gonzalez. But up next, it's going to be the fan questions for you, all right? So they're going to grill you. You ready for that?
Absolutely.
We're coming right back with Daniel Gonzalez's Diary of a Crew Chief, Chapter 6, right here at Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil. Welcome back to Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil, the official Monster Jam podcast. I'm Scott Jordan. I'm joined here by El Toro Loco Crew Chief Daniel Gonzalez as we chat all things Crew Chief, Technician, El Toro Loco, Fernando Martinez, you name it, we've done it. But right now, we're going to hand the show to you, your fan questions. Follow me on Instagram at Scott Jordan MJSX. Get involved in the conversation. Let's get to what the fans want to hear. Brennan.Job says, congratulations on winning UNOH Technician of the Year. What are your goals for the future moving forward with Monster Jam now that you have this achievement under your belt? So you've reached, at least a solid top rung of the ladder. Where do you go from there?
That's good. That's a good question.
That's a good question, man.
I don't know if there's any, achievements or accolades that necessarily I could achieve, because there's a couple of things that I would like to be a part of. I told Fernando this, I want to, win a series championship, but I understand, I'm not the one driving, I'm taking care of the truck. So, I can be a part of it, taking care of the truck. I would like to sweep a weekend, win all the events in a weekend. I would like to sweep an event, win all the elements inside of an event. Go to World Finals. That's probably top of the list.
This is a question for me, obviously. When you were done with the LCQ, what was the rest of your weekend like? Were you still helping out, assisting some of the other trucks that were in the main field? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. So one of the technicians, he couldn't be there on Saturday, I think it was. And I actually filled in for him on Matt Cody's truck.
Okay.
So I was just on headset with him, making sure his truck was fine. He was able to come back Sunday, but Mike King.
Mike King, yeah.
Mike King. He was able to come back Sunday, but Saturday I was taking care of Matt Cody's truck, and then Sunday, whenever Mike King came back, it was just all hands wherever you can have them.
They must like the way you look in the Stars and Stripes, man, to keep
Right.
you over there. Mateo Cassis 75098 is asking, are you thinking about becoming a Monster Jam driver? And if yes, if you could drive, what truck would you have in mind?
Me personally, it's not something that I necessarily want to do. I mean, don't get me wrong, like getting in a truck and, shifting it 1-2 and hitting a log stack.
Yeah.
Just little things like that. But driving full time, I don't think I would. I mean necessarily, I don't think I would see that.
Just the one time. I've been preaching that for 8 years. Just one time. I just want to feel it one time. Just give me one. Just give me one. I asked this question last week to Julian, so I'm going to ask you as well. But World Finals prep, obviously, you're competing for a World Championship, and it's a one-weekend event, so it's win or go home. So what does the prep look like? That comes from Nova Designs. Also added pressure knowing that, one wrong thing could make or break the entire weekend for your team. So any pressure additionally to go to Salt Lake City and prep for the event?
No, I don't think there's any added pressure. I mean, there's things that we do throughout the season, as far as like maintenance wise that we do for World Finals prep. But I would say the only real difference is for World Finals prep, you're doing everything at one time. And during the season, you check everything. You check little bits and pieces at a time. Right. So like after the first month, you'll go down to champagnes in the front. And then the next week, you go down to champagnes in the rear. And then the next week, you break something else down. And the next week, you break something else down. And for World Finals, you're doing all of that in 1 week because you have more time. You are able to, go farther in depth for a longer period of time.
All right, well, Daniel, I appreciate you being here, man. Great conversation. Great to get to know you. I will get to see you in a couple weeks. We'll get a chance to do an event together. I'm excited about that, man.
Excited to be there.
Yeah, excited to see you there. Daniel Gonzalez, a Toro Loco, Stars and Stripes currently, perhaps back to the traditional El Toro Loco next season with Fernando Martinez. As for you, I will see you right here next week on Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil.